Hello and welcome. Right, it's been a few days since well, quite a few days since I've been on here, and a lot has happened. I've changed quite a lot of my modelling, and also I have found there's a bit of a flaw in that beautiful building in so much as it'll push obviously it's someone else's mod, so I can't play around with it. So I thought before, I don't think we've actually put anything in it yet, have we? We were just about to start producing. Yeah, we were. So we're gonna, whilst it is as it is, we're swapping this for one of my own, because at least that I can tweak. Yeah, we've not even literally done anything with it. Not because I don't like it, I think it's amazing, but yeah, I've tweaked the, not that one, but an awful lot of these will not resemble what we saw originally, because I've tweaked a lot of the names and the sculpting on a lot of these. So yeah, got them, give them names and made them look a little bit prettier. So right, yeah, so this is sort of us. Let's put everything back together. Oh, yeah, they were all perfect. If you drive into it with the vehicle, it has got a collision, but as a human, for some reason, I've got the collision. Well, I've rebuilt these from the ground up. Literally, they are not what they were before. But they are now all working, but I still have got a couple of things left to do on them to make them look pretty. So yeah, it's the works in progress, and that was one of the reasons I'm trying to pull all my productions in to make changes and then make them okay. So let's stick the bakery version. Oh yeah, we're going to do the same as we did with that one. We're going to do the bakery that is also production for farm, forage. No, it's high. It's 20. There's usually 20. Mill. Yeah, that's just the grain mill. Oil, panic, self-sufficiency. That's the one I was talking about, which we will bring in. And this is the bakery with both. So we should. Yeah, now this is a little bit bigger, obviously, than the one that we did have. So we could put it just there. The chevrons are the most important thing. They can go very closely together. And you can see, although it's much bigger in a way, it is still all right. So we did talk about this, and I have actually finished my self-sufficiency now. We're going to stick this in the middle, or are we? I'm going to say, what is the middle? I would say the middle is there, but we are taking up a little bit too much room, I think, if we do anything else there. This is fairly central, really, I think. I think if we do it... we're going to be over there more than we're going to be anywhere else, I'd imagine. I'd say that's about right. So that is the mod that actually will literally make us self-sufficient, as I said. So now the scene is set. All of the productions are here that we're going to have. I'm still not 100%, but it's a really nice looking wood. Just would like it to be longer, but even the original ones were not that perfect. Just really like the grains of the wood on this one, so it's costing me quite a bit in memory to actually do them. But if you're going to do a model, and also I've changed the modeling on my generator, just the colors, just to match the BI Industries colors. I've been modding a little bit, which we may bring into this. Yeah, it's are we going to shake it up a bit? Are we going to do that? It's going to completely change everything though if we do this. Ooh, 1 second. Excuse me 1 minute. Sorry, I've got a new fan, and you've got to switch it on every time, which I find really annoying. There, done. Apologies. Yeah, my old one, I might put my old one back and just put the fans in from this one, do a bit of a transplant. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is, before we start, we're about to start, we are going to, we're going to like rejig our equipment. That's not where we'll find our equipment. We're going to do it from here, and this is not anything against like the equipment that we've got either. This is just something I've been working on earlier that I'd really like to have a go of. So I'm gonna keep. I think we will keep the mouse and the headers. No, there's no point, is there? Literally, there's no point in keeping those. Or are we going to keep these? We're going to keep one. The only thing I'm thinking is, yeah, I'm not sure. It's the hold and how. Yeah, I think I'd like to try mine on a smaller map first. I think we'll stick with what we've got. All things considered, I'll show you what I was talking about though, what I actually have been working on. But I think it'll suit more of a smaller map. I keep pressing the wrong button. Going round and round in circles. I am absolutely shattered. I am. I've been promising that I was going to come on this, and I really need to. But it's Friday night, and I'm never going to feel good on a Friday night. But I thought that you've got to just crack on. You have Courseplays are playing up at the minute, so it's removed, which is going to be difficult for this map. I'm going to sort of play it by ear, but not sure how the normal workers are going to cope with this. So right, we should be looking in beet harvesters. I fell in love with the Amity an awful lot. So I've spoken to the now the pictures are wrong. They were completely different. I've spoken to BI Industries and we've made a very similar design to the Amity. And again, yeah, the badges are wrong as well. So, but this is what they actually look like. Now that is right. Yeah, it is. It's more black than it is red, and it is our own modelling of a similar thing, but you will note that it is a little bit different. The defoliator isn't, apart from its but the actual Amity, that is quite a lot different actually. Yeah, it's got a bit more storage space. I am going to actually sculpt it. I'm going to take that out. At present, it's using time compression technology. Let's compress more things in. Yes, bigger on the inside. It is true. Yeah, so it's not gone silly, but I don't know that it would be good for us. It's an awful lot better though, obviously on the size. But we'd be forever unloaded on the fields of what we've got, but it would be quicker. We'd cover more ground in a way. But again, I'm not sure if you'd got Courseplane, you could unload perhaps. But I think with having one of those, 10 cubic meters is not a lot, so I think it'll be more for other maps. But yeah, and yes, it does do those. The potatoes, it doesn't. It's a weird one to have. Obviously, when you are modding, you can see things that other people can't. You're allowed to. Now at the minute, it's strange, but although that is a home topper, you will note at present there are no other home toppers in the game. So this is a bit of a cheat. Even this comes up with errors. This is the Giants one. If you go into the mod, it's got errors. That's because there isn't such a thing as a home topper in a way. That's at present, there is no one for potatoes. So although that one could harvest potatoes, there is no home topper for potatoes at present. These do something special. The headers do something special, which you can't yet do on this. I'm sure it will change in time. Again, it's another indication that Giants didn't really finish the game because there's bits missing. So yeah, there's something I found because I was poking around and nothing was working as it should do. And I thought, hang on a minute, are you sure that it's actually... And then I checked a few other things. So everything's back. I was doing the home topper to do everything, but it doesn't know what potato home toppers are, and it doesn't know what a vegetable home topper is. The one doesn't exist, and I think that's always been like that. So yeah, sorry to get too technical, but it's not quite right. Although it shows potatoes and it should harvest potatoes, it will not harvest potatoes because we cannot home top at present. Yeah, all of the in-game ones at present actually lift directly without a preparer, as the mods sort of call it. Right, so we're down to 212,642, which is not too... I think it's weird. We've actually sold that one thing, and the two things are exactly the same. cost as one, which is not by design. That was just a sheer fluke. Right, so then we have got this done here. Now we could... What are we actually doing? Yeah, now the one thing we could do, and I think it would be this very month, would be... Nice. Where is wheat? It's next month, actually, so we don't need to worry. Yeah, I just want to show you. Obviously, one of the things I'm trying to do is centre around as being self-sufficient. And this little butte actually will do that. Now, the other thing is, obviously, we are trying to be self-sufficient now. We need to grab our animals. That's we've got a little bit. Our herd is not going to be massive. We've obviously got our sheep barn and we have our cow barn, which in time hopefully will house a lot of animals. But right now, we really are at rock bottom. We've got quite a lot of straw from that first harvest. I've got an awful lot of wheat. That's a point, actually. Yeah, we've already got a load of wheat. Yeah, I mean, we can obviously use the grain mill. Do we go... I've also been very busy. I'm not sure. I've not even looked at this. I did this specially for Frankenmuth. Sugar. Well, obviously we're a sugar specialist. I've changed all of these. I've got the rope maker, but I don't think we'll be using that on this one. The cannery soup factory. That's one of my favourites. Enhanced bakery and meal. Self-sufficiency, bionic dairy. We should have a bionic sugar mill. Sugar mill. There we go. This is taller. It's deliberately... I may eventually change the model on them all to be this smaller size, because it takes up less room, although you can see that they need to do something with the production things because they go out too far. So again, I need to tweak this a little. Do we stick this... The sugar is... really, I suppose... the other thing I was looking at this was... it would be nice to pull the farm a little closer. And the central part of that then would be back down here. So really... It probably is best if we stick this right down here. If we stick that there, is that... Or do we go the other side? No, the other side. Really, we want to be going right where that tractor is. Yeah, with the back to the other two. I've really fallen in love with the model on this. And also, it does actually show you that they are, although quite large... So we really need to go around the other side and stick this wood. Yeah, let's just get everything going. And be careful not to tip that in anything where it shouldn't go. So we really want to be sticking this. This is 29 tons, so this is a start. Yeah, it's got right. So okay, now whilst that's doing that, let's stick the sugar mill. Bionic. Obviously, we're paying almost twice as much as we would do. Now, yeah, we also want these chevrons nowhere near the other one because we don't want any kind of... yeah, and they can go inside each other. I've done something special, but I don't really want to have them going inside one another. You can literally... And there's no... It's not stopping us do that. I don't know what I've done. I like it, but I'm not sure what I've actually done to stop them not clashing and saying you can't put it there. It's quite happy for me to do that. I actually do like that personally. Yeah, I think actually, hey, let's stick it right over here. Let's just try and get that. I don't mind if we go through the roof a little. No, that's a point actually. We could always put another one there if we do it like that. Let's put it down, because we can always destroy it if we've done something silly like that. Yeah, let's delete it. Not quite right. Not far off. That's not... Yeah, don't mind the roof going around. That's not too terrible a thing. If we stick that... There is room for another one, and they're not really clashing. Don't think. Yeah, well, there's room for another one there if we really wanted. which is almost impossible to do with any other kind of mod, really. So let's switch the bakery on. Now again, I've switched one off. This was a flaw that I found with the one that I've actually just removed, and that is, and it may not be that it might be impossible for you to stop this. Obviously, if you look closely, the outgoing products is flour, which means if your flour was done and there's nothing on your thing, it'll put the flour up for storing. But you can't. Flour's a product. You can't put it back in anyway. You can only sell it. Nobody would want to make flour and sell it. You would want to make it into bread. So I've told it not to allow it out in the pallet place, but I'm not sure if you can. What I mean is I've removed it so that it can't appear, but the game might override that, so it may be impossible to do that. I'm hoping I've done it, you know, like that it is done, but yeah, I just wanted to get this right. So we want to be sticking, that's wheat. So we want wheat flour, activate, and we want bread, activate 2. This is obviously it's not a bionic one though. There is a bionic one that is much more powerful than that. But yeah, and there's some collisions that shouldn't really be there, which I will fix. I did it on one of them, but I still got some of them not quite. And these are the type of things I wish to find out. I've literally going over the all of them. I think only the roofs are touching, which yeah, although it looks a little odd, they wouldn't really be like that in real life. Right, so then, I think I'm happy with that. So we're down to 184,865. We now have our own sugar mill too, produced by BI Industries. It's amazing. BI Industries was formed in Lone Oak, which is obviously an American map. Yeah, you can actually go to Lone Oak, the FS19 Let's Play, and you will see that actually I'm not making the cooperative up, although it wasn't called BI Industries back then. Right, I believe, aren't we leasing the baler? We ought to ask the shop to pick that up. I think we are. Yeah, let's release that. Yeah. Apologies for sort of being facing that way so we can actually see it disappear. Yeah, right. So then, well, no, it's not a door actually, is it? I thought it was the... Is it a door? Is it a sliding door? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this... Oh, yeah, actually, this isn't the shed. I thought it was. I thought this was the repair. We moved the repair shed. Of course we did. That's why we've got this space, and that we moved that on purpose because I knew that I'd not got the room, and we did that. So I'm catching up. I've only been on this like that last time, obviously, the first couple of sessions. So this was my first foray back into the map. So it is August. That means our harvest across the road, our main harvest of sugar, is in 2 months' time. So then we've got straw. Can we afford our animals at present? I think we're just gonna... Yeah, this is probably the right one to grab as well. It may well be across the road, and that may be its job. Right, so then, have we got the BI Industries? Yeah, there's still a bit of weirdness on the map, literally. Yeah, we can go straight across there. Ooh. Right, so then we got out. Yeah, we had the scene set. We didn't forget anything. Do we need to... Oh, yeah, fertilise anything? Is everything fertilised? Yeah, it's true, actually, isn't it? And that's one thing I never thought of. Everything needs liming. Oh, nothing is fertilised. Okay, wow, absolutely nothing. So really, I think probably... Yeah, corn. Wow, bit of corn as well. We need to fertilise everything, don't we? We need narrows. Right, okay, so... Let's get back up to the... Oh, of course, this is the field on its own, isn't it? 51. Trying to just gather my... No, we put that there now. I'm happy. It sort of... It does match. Does go on that one. Got all of those. That matches. It's 18. This is also corn. It's smaller. Yeah, we'll stick to what we've got for now. I would like to move in a little, though. I really would. I'd like to... How much is 21? 335. 151. I'm wondering if... I mean, we would be getting rid of one of our sugar mills, and I know obviously we'd have to sell that, actually. Which we will, yeah, do it like that. But I think we will. If I'm going to shake it up, I'd like to do it now rather than like not. And the corn equally. Because we're going to need to like get quite a lot to get that back. So we've got 2 very large sugar beet fields. We have sold our large... How much would 21 be? 335. Canola. We could use canola. It is canola, I think. Oh, it's not. It's spinach. That's going to be a bit of a deal breaker. 568 would leave us very, very skint. When does spinach... True, we could save the cash for field 21 because it is perfect for the farm, but we will need to wait until that is actually harvested because I'm not yeah, spinach is not... I've done it once to sort of put my foot in the waters, and I've got to be honest, I was not terribly impressed. It was I'm not a massive fan of the harvesters either. Might try and adapt the Amity to do other things, but I'm not sure that it will be allowed at present. Yeah, this I've not forgotten this. It was just I knew I couldn't make another bale out of it. So did we? Just remind myself of like what we have actually got. If I can ever get the right button. Vehicles, did we? I don't think we've got the Anderson, have we? No, we haven't. Right, that makes sense. We'd have to lease that because, again, the scale of this farm. One thing I'm going to say is it's huge, so we can't go half baked on anything. We've got to do things properly. Everything's got to be done properly, really. So, with that in mind, are we going to like start the? Yeah, now that is true. What's... Have we got another fence? That's the header, isn't it, that we bought? We've actually... Everything's John Deere's, isn't it? We were going to buy... I thought we bought a cheap tractor, a different brand, John Deere, and I'm sure I'd said, yeah, we've got the bread all, haven't we? Which is not going to do for this type of job, but I could have sworn, we've got a case, one case, but that kind of narrows, I don't think. Okay, yeah, did I leave anything down the actual shop? Thought. No, you can see there's nothing down there. I thought, it's weird, I've got in my head that we bought another brand of tractor. It was something that would be ideal for, I think that can have narrows, but it can't do everything. I'm sure the 7R can. This really needs to be here, though. I suppose we could afford a... No, let's see if I've got it in. This only dropped today. It was one of my favourite John Deere's, actually, strangely enough. It's one of my favourite John Deere's. It's a very old model, actually. I think it's in large tractors. And it is this old 8000 series. So it is a fairly powerful tractor. Oh, actually, it's far more powerful than I actually thought it was. Wow, I never realised that. Yeah, the one I'm used to is that one there. It is dearer than it used to be. It used to be 80,000 for the two. Now you used to be able to go to 240. So that is actually not cheap at all. Right, okay, so that's, yeah, it just looks cheap, but actually when you start to put things on, it really isn't. So, trying to think of others. Yeah, the other one I really like that I've fallen in love with is that one. I think we're, for now, though, I don't think we can afford. I think what we're going to do is we are going to use this one, if we can. We'll put narrows on. Let's go across the road and let's start doing a bit of fertilizer. I may as well do it myself because it's going to be me, and me. So if I can stick narrows on this, if not, we're going to have to either lease. Because, yeah, I mean, time is your best ally, I always find, on these type of things. But I'm very glad that we did actually buy the one that we did buy. Oh, let's not go over the front lawn. It's, yeah. Yeah, could really do with a better steerer. It's one weakness I've always found for John Deere's, really, is that they're a little... Right, oh, did I push that around? I don't think we bought my front box, did we? Right, yeah, because this is not going to last long enough on a farm like this, really. I thought I'd bought my front box. Let's have a look. Apologies for this. It's I just want to get it right, and I would like to do this type of thing on my first. So is the... Yeah, it is. No, I haven't. Or we'll have asked the store to deliver, and we will have one of my front boxes ordered. We need it for this farm. You can't make do with like anything other than yeah, I've lost the picture somehow. Right, it really is BI Industries one as well. It is. We have it's our own brand. It's yeah, it's looks very similar to the one. Oh, that's a point. I think we need to... I think this has got a 3 point. I think you need to, like, change it if it's in front loader mode. I think... this one here. Let's have a look. Oh, it needs repairing. As does... Wow. Well, of course, that was second hand. It's a good job we got that. Right, let's customize. We want... 3 point. Yeah, you've either got one or the other, haven't you? It's what it's fantastic. Brilliant. Let's get that put on. It's still going to take quite a bit. Narrows, you forget any narrows. If this does do narrows, otherwise we're just going to have to, like... Yeah, there are no really cheap tractors at present that you're used to, like the 30,000 ones. That kind of one. There's none of those coming. I must get that picture sorted. It's really annoying. Right, so can we have narrows? Oh, we can. But only narrow twins. Do you know, we'll go for it. It's, yeah. Is there any others with narrows? Usually, yeah, it's usually a lot. It's not very often. Yeah, it's... Okay, as narrow as it is. We need it, don't we? So, right, let's just do that. Let's bite the bullet. It's really important that the farmer gets this done. So, right, now we have got a fill point across the road. And we have narrowed, yeah, the fields that we've not obviously narrowed it. I'm trying to look, get my bearings. So we've got field 13, field 12, field 22. A bit of a lump here. We've only really got 2 fields to do at present, really. So that's not quite so bad. It isn't. I know it looks like we've shrunk things, but to be honest, it's still going to be massive. It is, and we are going to buy the field back. The other thing is it does enable us to get on with the animals a little bit, which we shall be doing next session. But I'd just like to get all of our crops actually done right now. Yeah, there was a case that I had that got nice. Not usually a fan of like double tires, but double narrows. Now they actually do look quite nice. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, we will be making some of our own. Fantastic. Right, let's get cracking. I'm going to go into a time lapse for this because it's still going to take a while. Yeah, so we'll get the animals in next session. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. That, apart from this little corner, is that. Yeah, that's an awful lot easier than it actually was. Now then, yeah, I need to do something about that. That's not got, yeah, it's like got grass growing in the, in there for some reason. Why has that got that like that? There's a couple of things I'm going to have to investigate. Yeah, it's not per, and that exactly is why I wanted to test my mods and bring mine own in so that we can actually improve them. It's quite amazing, actually. I'd never realised that I'm not the only person that's actually done this, that's modding and actually creating content as well. There was another content creator that I live modding, he called it, and I thought, oh, right, okay, so it's I mean, I know there are quite a few modders who do Let's Play. Disturb Simulations is one of them, so let's drop that there and drop you there. Although really this is not the side of the farm for doing this. Yeah, I'm going to keep this a small session to begin with. Next session we're going to get the animals, so we are going to need to order. Yeah, I think we've only got, let's have a look, vehicles. I think we've only got the big Crampy, haven't we? I don't think we bought our farm tech. Yeah, we bought the general tanker. Right, okay. So then, for here, we're going to ask the store. No, we'll go down next. Oh, wait, it's a lot. It is. This is one of those maps where taking a trek down to the store is like half of the session. This reminds me of the last large American. Well, actually, Hobo's Hollow wasn't large to begin with. It got large. This is starting large. So, yeah, it's not quite perfect, but not bad. So for saying that we didn't have any fertilization at all. The liming, unfortunately, you can't lime when this thing's in the field. It won't let you on base game. So, yeah, so I'm thinking we could have, no, because they don't remember. We could start down there, I suppose. Then, yeah, we're going to waste half the session. We'll have one delivered. We will. We're going to pay for it. It's not like it's like a so for, I think, to be honest, we're going to need to go bigger than, I think we're going to need to go for the larger BI Industries. This is my favorite, the little one I've worked on the most. The bigger one, now the very large one is, now is that the extra large? Yeah, no, this is the working one. That's the not working one. This is broken, literally, as you can see. I'm in the middle of sculpting it. I actually have sculpted it in Blender, but I cannot for the life of me get it to actually work properly. But this one is a working model. Yeah, this is the BI Industries, a Maximus. So let's get this one. And yeah, it's a middle-sized, but it's a push. Will serve us very well in a big building like this. I'm sure we used to use this on Riverbend Springs. I'm sure we did around pounds, Mr. Smith. Right at the end of the session, of course, you remember at the end of the session, as you always do. Yeah, so we're on dollars. So, yeah, the scene is set. Next session, we will get the animals in, and we've got this, and we've got this as the vehicle that was going to look after this side. This is going to be, like, probably the heart of the farm, really, because this vehicle is the only one that can, like, use the fertilizer spreader with narrows. All the others, I very doubt very much that any of them are going to be able to do that. So, yeah. This is going to be like the powerhouse behind. Is this? Yeah, no, this is the way in. Yeah, it's a lovely building. This is. I'm really pleased with it. It's also now, it's been updated recently. So yeah, it's oh, that's the other thing. We haven't got a manure pit down, have we? I was going to stick it where I used to on the other map. This should work now. It's almost right. Almost. Yeah, it's a should actually work. I think we'll do that like that. Yeah, because the important bit is right there. Fantastic, yeah. Brilliant. It should work. It may. Not 100% sure on it. and whether it's allowing the manure to go outside the confines a little. If it is, again, that's the entire reason I'm using mine. I've almost got it right. You couldn't see the manure, and obviously we've only just got manure actually working. So yeah, we need to put some straw in. So that is everything ready for next session. And so really, I hope you'll join me next session. We're actually going to get, well, we have done some work already, but we're going to actually get some work done and get the animals in and literally start everything going properly where, yeah, we're going forward and we're hopefully going to grow with what we're doing. Now, I'm trying to think, what are we doing for the sheep? Yeah, we're going to need to do wool, aren't we, really? Now, I'm going to build one that does both sides of the... There'll be another one of my 27,777 ones. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it, especially for this one, so that we can actually have one that does the two jobs. And again, I'm going to need to do the same as I've done with the... I don't want any... I think, yeah... Yeah, I'll sort it. I will. Probably not. Won't be for next session, but it won't really matter for a while anyway. I'm sure I've got a few days to actually get that sorted. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm shattered and I'm not making much sense. I do apologise. Yeah. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you join me next session. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.